Welcome everyone to part 2 of the Draconis Jungle Educational. In this segment, I will pull up a replay of a game I played recently and explain to you guys decision making and movements that I made throughout the match. I would greatly appreciate it if you like the content to smash that subscribe button and drop a like on the video. And as always, let's go ahead and get started here with the video. We will go ahead and pull up the replay. I actually just played this game recently, so hopefully it's fairly fresh in my memory. Had a good game here to showcase to you guys the many powers that the Draconis has. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into that replay. Once we load up, we will fast forward here through the picks. So again, this is for the most part, legendary ranked TMM game. So again, pretty high rated game here. And we will be jungling the Draconis. So we will go here to our perspective here. We're going to start here with the Blights and the Hatchet. We'll fast forward a little bit here to get through the early parts here. But, just like I explained in the Part 1 Educational, we're going to start by cutting some of the trees here, make quality of life a little easier for us when we want to farm the stacks and do the stacking. We're going to go ahead and cut some trees here. So, in this game specifically, we're going to be running a Magnus offlane. So what our Magnus is doing this game is he's going to be doing more roaming than contesting in the top lane. So important that I want to bring this up here. What this means is with our Magnus playing as more of a roamer this game, we are not going to need to focus a lot on ganking early game. We're going to mostly be focusing on farming, and that's where we're going to make up a lot of the gold that we are not getting up in the top lane. We're going to be power farming here in the jungle. And it's perfectly fine to be farming early game. We're going to be transitioning into that secondary core with our scout. We have a Pandemonium in mid lane. So very important here. We are not going to, at least for the early phase of the game, we're not going to be putting a lot of attention here on the bottom lane. We're going to be letting our Magnus do that. So we're going to have 3 heroes down here causing a lot of pressure. So we're going to be focusing on our farming, and if necessary, we are going to be adding pressure with the Pandemonium in the mid lane. So I'm gonna show you guys that. We're gonna be putting most of our focus on that part of the game. So we'll start here on the easy camp. Again, we're gonna hit the creeps evenly, spread the fire, kill the camp as quickly as possible. So I'll fast forward a little bit through this as I don't want it to be too boring for you guys. But again, this was in the part 1 educational, so we'll go ahead and we'll stack these 2 camps. And we'll continue to farm here on the easy camp to get our level 2. Spread that fire. Fairly basic stuff here that this should be pretty common to you guys. Now we're going to go ahead and use the Dragon Flame here to farm the hard camp. Keep spreading our attacks to kill this as quickly as possible. We use 2 Dragon Flames here, and again I explained this in the part 1 educational. This will get us our bottle before the 2-minute mark so that we can camp that bottom rune. And we will be making triple stacks here at the 2-minute mark so that we can take out these stacks. This is going to be our next objective here. We use our breath and our final bottle sip before getting the rune here. Our Magnus camps the top rune, so we will get level 3 here by killing one of the creeps, and now we get level 2 in the Dragon Flame. And we're just going to continue to farm. This is a fairly straightforward game as far as the early rotations is going to be concerned. We're just going to be focusing on our farming here. We get the Draconic Defense here level 4 so that we can fly back to base. We'll pick up our Marchers and a TP here once we spend our gold. And we will clean up this triple stacked hard camp where we will get level 5 under 3 minutes. So again, Draconis, very powerful jungler here. We get level 5 by 240, we'll call it like 248 or so, and we'll be in time here to stack the 2 camps. Now, unfortunately, we get the range creep, so we'll take a little bit of damage. That's perfectly fine. We'll go ahead and we'll use the Dragon Flame here. And because we're so low, we don't want to make any errors here. We're just going to fly back to base. Get our regen out, and we're going to TP immediately. Use our bottle sips while we're TPing. Get back into the jungle here. We want to pull these 2 camps together. and then we're going to use our breath to kill these. We have a Demented Shaman actually trying to set up a gank here, so Magnus comes in immediately. We want to punish this guy for coming into the jungle very greedy. Level only, not even 4 minutes into the jungle, or into the game, sorry, he comes into our jungle very aggressively. So we punish him for doing so. Very good by my team to make that rotation here. And we're going to kill this camp. Now Magma says he's stacking the camps here. I think he's going to miss one of the stacks here. I'm just going to go camp the rune. Want to make sure to secure that rune here. This one will not stack. This one does end up stacking. So not going to have one of the stacks. It's okay. I'm going to have double damage rune in my bottle here. So I am level 6. I can look to use this to gank. I can look to use this to farm. But again, as I talked about in the beginning here, I'll just pause it real quickly to go over this. Magnus is doing a lot of roaming. He's acting like a secondary support this game, even though he is our offlaner. So he is putting a lot of pressure on the bottom lane, which means I can focus on my farming. And that is perfectly fine that we are going to continue farming. Because, again, we are a semi-carry style hero. We want to get our farm as much as possible. So we will hold the double damage rune in case we want to set up a gank somewhere. We don't necessarily need it to farm, at least for now. So we should be getting level 7 here by around the 440 mark or 445 mark once these big creeps do end up dying. So we will take these out. We will get level 7 here under 5 minutes. We're farming incredibly fast. We have our ghost marchers already picked up. We're going to use the double damage rune here to use our bottle. And, well, I'm communicating with my mid laner now. I'm like, hey, can you initiate on the Pesty? I see he's very low on mana. He doesn't have mana for a stun. If you're able to catch him, I can come in and we can kill him. I can use my Volcano. So I'm waiting patiently here, seeing if Panda can get the catch here. I'm coming in. Panda's going to go for a dive here. I use my Volcano. Dragon Flame. Easy kill. So we set up a kill there on the mid laner, and I have my stacks to go back to in the jungle, as I still have my bottle sips. So good rotation to set up a kill there, give my mid an advantage. We go ahead and we continue to work on the stacks here. Gonna take those out pretty quickly with the double damage rune. It does expire, but we're gonna kill all of the camps here. Now we were a little slow here. We weren't able to stack the hard camp, but we do get one of the stacks. So again, it's not a perfect game in terms of getting all the stacks, but that's what happens when we set up rotations. We want to make sure to show our presence in the game. We're still level 8 by 6 minutes, so by all means, we're not farming poorly. Missing a stack or two is not going to be the end of the world here. We continue to go back into the jungle, pull the camps together. You guys have seen me do this a couple of times now. We'll speed this up a little bit as we are getting very close to level 9 here. We're going to continue to work on the jungle camps here. We don't look to stack here. We have our ultimate coming up in 20 seconds, so we can look to set up a gank. So I'm going to kill this camp here, and I'm going to head back to the mid lane once again, where I want to set up another gank with the Panda, as he has level 6 now, so this is a very easy kill to set up. We don't even need to use the face smasher, it looks like, or he didn't have it, so I used my Volcano to finish off that kill. So every time I have my Volcano more or less, I'm looking to set up ganks with it. That is very important once we get the early game farm going, to be looking to use our ultimate to set up ganks. So I believe we are already 2-0. We're 2-0-1 here, under 8 minutes. We're 470 gold per minute. We're the highest GPM in the game, and we're level 9, getting close to level 10 here at about the 8-minute mark. So now it is time to stack the camps again. We will look to camp the bottom rune at 8 minutes. Our mid laner is getting dull, but we do not have the most mana. We do not have our ultimate. So we could definitely have TP'd here, but it would have been risky. They do have mana on their heroes. We could potentially have died there if we didn't get team support. So it's better to cut the losses there, let our mid laner fall, and not sacrifice ourselves. Again, we continue to work on the jungle stacks here. We're going to get level 10 now, almost halfway to level 11. We're farming 490 gold per minute. We'll speed this up a little bit once again. Again, I don't want to really focus too much on the whole farming aspects of the game, but we're going to heal at the base here. Now we have a fight going on in the mid lane. I believe I'm going to want to fly here to defend this mid lane. So we use our Draconic defense here in the mid lane. See if we can get the catch here. We are currently invis. We're going to open here with the Dragon Flame, but we do not have our Volcano. So we do need to be careful here. Demented Shaman. I think he's going to make the escape here. I did actually hit him with the Dragon Flame, but he had his cape to heal him back up, so we're not going to be able to get that kill. So, perfectly fine. We have our Volcano. We could look to re-engage here. Double stun comes in from the Magnus. We use our Dragon Flame. We save our Volcano here. This is very important. I want to actually rewind this to show you guys that we do not rush using our Volcano. It's very important when we're facing escape style heroes like the Midas, that we are very patient with our Volcano because we can always use that to continue fighting. So here we have Magnus going to initiate. He's going to get a 2-man stun. I use my Dragon Flame. I do not need to use my Volcano until the end here when Midas uses his Elemental Warp and I can jump in. Midas will die to my auto attacks. I get the double tap here. I believe we get the kill here on the rally as well. Magnus gets that one. So we do an excellent job here. I think we lost nobody and we brought down 3 players. So a really good fight. And now we're able to take out the mid lane tower. We are building into a light brand here, following up our Soul Trap Bottle and Ghost Marshes. We're going to go into Dawnbringer this game. Dawnbringer is such a fantastic item on Draconis. It's almost going to be good every single game. So we get the rune here, we get double damage. We're doing a really good job of getting the runes this game. I think we had a double damage earlier and an invis rune. Now a double damage, so we've gotten a lot of the runes. We just continue to farm. When our ultimate's off cooldown, we go back into the jungle. We work on the jungle camps. We continue our progression. We are currently 522 gold per minute. We're the highest in the game. We have 4 kills and 0 deaths. So we're doing very good so far. Again, we just continue to pull the camps together. Don't need to worry about stacking them. We have our ultimate up in 40 seconds. We can look to fly back to base now with the, or TP back rather, and then look to possibly fly somewhere with our Draconic Defense. So we'll see what we decide to do here. We definitely want to try to set up a gank, but we don't have our ultimate for 25 more seconds. We'll see where we decide to go. Looks like we're thinking about it. We're going to use a Veiled Rod here and go for a gank on top lane. So I know it looks silly. I was sitting in the base for a while, but what I was doing there was I was communicating with my teammate. I was saying, can we kill the Ravenor? Do you think he's going to show on the lane? And Magnus says to me, I can bait him. We'll see if he'll go for me, and then we can kill him because he is still very vulnerable. I have my ultimate coming up in 10 seconds, so we don't necessarily need to rush it. I have Veiled Rod here for 26 more seconds, I believe. So I can be very patient here, and it's perfectly fine to do this. I'm very farmed right now. I don't need to necessarily be farming. So he goes in. I'm going to come in with a Dragon Flame, and then I will use my Volcano to jump to it. And Ravenor, he will go down to the dot damage and the Soul Trap. So I get the Legendary Streak there, and we kill their carry. So this was huge. This was a big rotation. I stopped their highest farming hero by ganking him with my Magnus. So we have the double damage rune. We can go back to farming now. We have the Ancients here that I can stack. It looks like I don't decide to stack. That was a mistake. I should have stacked that. I saw the Pesty though, and I wanted to try to fight him at this rune, so I was a little preoccupied with that, communicating with my team. But we do bring him down there. The double damage with the Fiery Barrage is so strong. You guys saw there how much damage I did to the Pesty there. And you're actually going to see how much damage I take. I have -2 armor from the Pesty Swarm right now. This single camped Dragon Master is doing so much damage to me. I didn't realize it would do that much, so I said, okay, I cannot farm that. I'm going to TP back to base. And we're going to continue from there. We're level 12 now. 12 minutes into the game, we set up 6 kills, 2 assists. We are going to continue farming until our Volcano is back up. It looks like Rally is going to, well, I wish I didn't have to show this, but I did miss my my Dragon Flame here. Rally's going to go in on the Panda with the combo there. And we're going to kill this guy, I believe, as Panda had enough mana for the Face Smash. So that guy will go down. And we'll just continue going back to jungling. Nothing really too crazy happening there other than Rally going for a solo kill. I guess he saw him on this Word of Sight. But we see them playing very aggressively mid. I'm in the area here with the Monarch. I'm going to defend this tower and possibly try to bait them to go on me. If they go on me, they will most likely die. But if we go on them, I think they will most likely be too slippery with the heals from Demented Shaman. So I'm not really too interested in engaging on them here, even though I have my Volcano. I'm perfectly fine with just farming and playing defensively. And I tell my Monarch that I say, hey, I don't want to jump in, but if they go on us, we can kill them. So that was the game plan there. Just farm out the creeps, play defensively. Uh, Perfectly fine here. I'm going to build the mighty, or buy the mighty blade here. We're going to be building into the frozen light, into the Dawnbringer as our next item here. Again, we're farming really, really well. We're the top farmer in the game. So for now, we are just looking to farm to get a little bit tankier so that we can deal with the Ravenor. Going to get that Mystic Rune here. And we know that they were just top, so we do not want to go over to that ancient area. We know the mid lane is fairly safe. I'm going to clean out those creeps. And now we see, if I go back here, I believe Scout was communicating with me, hey, can we kill the Midas here? If you fly, I can silence him. So I'm going to fly here when he goes on him. She's trying to bait him. Now Scout is a little bit far from me, but I'm going to go in here and force out the Elemental Warp. Going to get comboed here. Rally does use a Compel there. And I think I'm able to catch up here. I get the Cleansing Wind from Monarch. Gonna use that Soul Trap and Dragon Flame, and this should be enough damage for the kill onto Midas. So it looked like I wasn't able to kill him there, but thanks to Monarch speed boosting me, I was able to have enough catch. So we're now 7-0, as we were able to kill the Monarch there. We'll speed this up a little bit. I think we go back to farming a little bit. We TP to mid lane to actually defend the tower here. And I think we're going to engage here as Magnus, I believe. Monarch and Magnus are going to catch the Demented Shaman here. I'm not even going to be needed. I don't want to use my mana here. This guy was dead, so that's going to be just fine. We get the kill there on the Demented Shaman. And go back to farming. The enemy team did fall back. We'll speed this up a little bit here. Once again. So we're gonna fly bottom. This is simply to defend the tower. I'll go back a frame here. But we see this tower is going down. We want to get the deny here, so I'm going to give it extra damage reduction here. I want to let Magnus farm this. This is very important. I don't want to take the farm from Magnus because, well, he got his PK, but I have my space in the jungle. It's perfectly fine to give our third core, or our fourth core, I guess he's more of our fourth core this game, secondary support, some farm. So I go back into the jungle, we deny the tower, all is fine and dandy. We're level 14 now. Again, we're the highest XPM, we're the highest, well, actually Ravenor just overtook us for the highest GPM, but we're the highest on our team. So we'll go back to farming for now. Now it's the part of the game where Scout has his cleaver, so we're going to have to play a little bit dangerously now and give some space over to the Scout. We definitely want our Scout to get his farm as well. Is with both ourselves as the Draconis and the Scout picking up farm, we're going to be very, very strong moving forward in the game. So I'm going to start taking the riskier farm and giving the jungle over to the Scout. I can go up into the top lane. Now I almost have my full Dawnbringer here. We're getting very close to having the full Dawnbringer here, under 20 minutes. The haste rune is going to get stolen here by the Pesty, so I'm going to have to fall back. He puts the swarm on me, so they know where I am. I'm just going to fall back into the mid lane. I don't want to do anything too dangerous here, because I am the top farmer for our team. If I die, I give a lot of golden XP over to the other team. So it's kind of crucial that I don't play too recklessly here. And as you can see, my GPM is falling off. I'm below 500 GPM now because I'm giving space over to the Scout. But here we're going to have an initiation in mid lane. I use my Volcano here to make sure we get the kill on this Pesty. We're slowing down his item progression, which is really good. So my team's kind of baiting me here. We have the Monarch behind me, so I can play a little bit aggressively. So we're looking to just cause pressure right now. I'm getting, I think I'm getting my Dawnbringer finished. Yep, there we go. So I'm gonna look to try to stack some camps here. I think I'm able to get this one with my Dragon Flame, and I camp the rune here. So go back into the jungle to work on some of these stacks. It's okay that I take some of the stacks. I don't want to be taking all of them because I do, of course, want to be giving room over to Scout. He's currently in the bottom lane. So we're fighting here in the bot lane. I think I'm going to end up dying here. Scout is very low, and Ravenor comes in with, I think he has full charges. So he has a Shrunken Head completed. This is a really big timing for them. He's really hard to fight right now. And I don't have Monarch or Magnus here, as Magnus did die. So I'm going to end up dying here. Ravenor beats me down in the face. I lose my Savage 6 streak. This was not very good. I give a lot of gold over to Ravenor. He's going to be boosted now to 550, and I'm dropping below 500. So a pretty minor setback there. But the good news is Scout did survive. So if Scout died and I died, it would have been really bad. But at least one of us did survive, and he's able to keep farming. But we're going to end up giving up some space here in our bottom half of the map. I will fast forward this because we, of course, want to see. We want to see when we come back alive. So I'll go back there a little bit. I respawn. I'm going to fly to the bottom lane. And I tried to deny the tower, but I am just a little bit too late after respawning. So we almost got the deny there. They're actually going to go on me here in the bot lane. I might actually die here. Ravenor ports in. And yeah, I actually die here. So I didn't expect them to still be bottom after taking the tower. But I was wrong. They hung around in the area. They got wards down in our jungle from the looks of it. And I ended up dying. So I died twice in a row. This is going to really set me back now. Very unfortunate, but going to end up falling there. And as we can see, the gold and XP lead, it's still in our favor, even though I've died twice. They have all of their farm on Ravenor. Not a lot of farm on the rest of the heroes. Even the Demented Shaman has more farm than the other core heroes. So as bad as it looks that I died twice, we're still doing relatively fine. We have Scout farming much better now. He's picking up his farm. He's only slightly behind the Ravenor here. So we'll speed this up here. Looks like some of our teammates die over near Kongor. I am going to die once again, apparently. So we did a little bit of some chain feeding here. Again, this is never what you really want to happen, but we were down 2 players. I got dove in the tower here. They had a lot of damage with the Pesty Swarm and a lot of stuns to keep me locked down. I died. So I had a really good start this game. I was 7-0, 500 and maybe 20 GPM, and now I've died 3 straight times, and I'm only 400 GPM. But I'm gonna show you guys something here. This is very important. We do not necessarily need to give up just because we are having a bit of a struggle here. So what we're going to do here. So I died 3 times in a row. I'm saying to myself, okay, I need to get tankier. I need to be able to survive these jumps that they're doing on me. What is it I'm going to do? I have a Scout in my team who wants to deal a lot of damage. As everyone in my team is apparently dying. I'm the only one alive. Ravenor gets a hat trick. This is not good by all means. I'm below 400 GPM. I died 3 straight times. I had a great start. Now Ravenor is 600 GPM. I'm only 400 GPM. What is it I need to do moving forward here? I need to think positively. So I have a Scout in my team. I have a Panda in my team. He's going to lock somebody down, hopefully once he gets his Shrunken Head. Scout's going to be dealing a lot of damage. What is it that I need to do as the Draconis? Do I need to build as a carry? Do I need to build as a frontliner? Do I need to build utility? These are all questions I need to ask myself. So in this game specifically, I want to bulk up. I want to become tanky. I want to go in. I want Ravenor to focus me, but I want him to hurt himself so that Scout can come in later and deal lots of damage. So what I'm going to do this game, I'm going to pause here to explain this, is I'm going to build barbed armor. And what did I do in educational number 1? I said the number 1 thing that inexperienced Draconis players do is they build barbed armor first. That is a mistake. You never want to build barbed armor first. But If you have damage and you are a threat, which I am definitely a threat, if they do not stun me and kill me, I will deal tons of damage. I have a Dawnbringer, I have a Soul Trap, I have my level 3 Volcano. I am still very scary to everyone but Ravenor at this point in the game. So, if I can get a Barbed Armor right now, Ravenor cannot go on me or he will melt himself. I am still very tanky. I have 1600 HP. If I get a Barbed Armor, I'll have closer to 2000. That's going to be my goal moving forward. I want to get a Barbed Armor, and from there, if we can hold out the game, I want to build into more HP. I want to build into a Behemoth's Heart. So you're going to see me doing that. That's going to be our next step moving forward here. So our whole team died. Very, very bad. They're hitting our bottom racks, but I cannot fight this by myself, so what I do is I counter push. You have to do this in this situation. You cannot TP to defend. We can wait for our team to respawn here, and then we can defend. So I am going to start to fly now as Magnus jumps in with a stun. We're going to try to hold this Rax here. Magnus is going to go down. Scout is going to get a Chrysalis from Monarch. He will survive. And I'm going to jump into the backlines as Panda starts the fight here. Ravenor is on me currently, but we're going to get him when his Shrunken Head is down, and we're going to kill Ravenor. That is so big. So we're able to... We did lose a Rax, but we do hold the ranged Rax. I pick up a double tap. And I think we're maybe able to kill more people here. Scout has his marksman shot coming up in 3 seconds. And I think he gets the kill here on Pesty if I'm not wrong. Okay, maybe not. So, we killed 3 people. Most importantly, we stopped Ravenor. He was on a streak. He was on a 6 kill streak. And I got a double tap. So I got some much needed farm back. I'm recovering some of my lost GPM there. And I'm getting closer to picking up my Barbed Armor. So once I'm able to get that Barbed Armor, I'm going to be much scarier for Ravenor to deal with. So there we go. I got the Barbed Armor finished. I am almost 2000 HP. I'm almost 1900 specifically. But being only 1 Rex down here at 27 minutes is not the end of the world. If you look at this golden XP, we're only losing by 4,000. This is by all means not a large deficit, as we do have a stronger late game team than the Hellborn team does. We have a Draconis and a Scout. So we end up losing Monarch up here. Magnus has another stun coming up in 5 seconds. I don't think we're even going to need it. Me and Scout deal enough damage to bring down Pesty. Rally's going to go in here on me. We got a stun here from Magnus. I'm going to avoid that transmute. I have my Volcano. I can go back into all of them. They cannot fight me. I have a Barbed Armor up. Going to kill Rally here. I think we also kill the Demented Shaman. And Midas, he gets the Haste Rune. But we have the Magnus jump here. And Scout, I believe, will catch him. So we kill everybody but Ravenor. This is huge. We're basically back in the game. We took an XP lead. We cut the gold lead down from almost 5,000 to 2,000. And Ravenor by himself, he cannot deal with our whole team. We have a much scarier team to kind of stall out his Shrunken Head with, having a Monarch and a Panda to lock him down through magic immunity. So we have a very scary line. We also have Disarm from Scout, which goes through magic immunity. So our team composition is very good overall in terms of dealing with Ravenor. So now that we won that fight, we're just going to continue farming. We want to get to that point where we have the heart. If we get to the heart, we're going to be really scary for Ravenor. Well, fast forward here through some of these parts. He's going to go ahead and keep farming. We have to share a lot of farm with Scout this game, so it's perfectly fine that we kind of fell back in terms of GPM. But we see Ravenor here in the jungle. I think the idea here was to go for him. Panda does not have a portal key though, so he's going to try to catch him. Gonna miss here, but he's gonna go in with the face smash. I use my Volcano. Magnus is gonna go in. We do not have enough damage as his team support gets there, so he pops Shrunken. I have to fly away. Very important that I don't commit to this fight and die. If I committed there, I would 100% die to Ravenor, even though I have a Barbed Armor, because I was outnumbered. I think 4 versus 1. Monarch is, I think he makes the escape here. Yeah, he's going to be just fine. So, Scout is pushing up in the top lane. He's causing pressure. That's good, even though we lost some players. So, We'll fast forward here a little bit. I think we lose the tower here. We lose our mid tower. And they're going to continue pushing our base here. Now they have a double damage on Ravenor, so they're feeling very confident, but we're going to storm him here. He cannot get his shrunken head off. He uses his Geobane really early. Magnus is going in with an eruption. I think we kill the Ravenor here. He's not able to, but he does get his shrunken head off. We're going to use our volcano here. Ravenor dies. We get the lockdown on Pesty, and I'm going to box out the Rally and the Demented Shaman. It's very important as a Draconis that we try to box out the backline. We have so much DOTs that we want to disable the portal keys of heroes like Rally and Midas. So I'll show you guys that one more time. So they are kind of on the retreat here. Ravenor is very low. I'm going to put the volcano in the background to make sure that these heroes can't really re-engage on us. And Rally cannot make the escape because he's got his spells on cooldown. So we're going to clean this up. And we kill 3 players and only lose Magnus here. This is really good. So this 1 Rex deficit is not really mattering too much. Demented Shaman. Not sure what the Demented Shaman's doing here. But anyway, we're going to counter push here in mid lane. Try to force some buybacks. And I'm getting very close to having my Axe of the Malphite, which I believe I'm going to buy here. I think I buy that right away. Put some pressure here on the tower. Now, we didn't have enough time to really force the issue here. Scout wanted to farm his Shrunken Head, which, again, perfectly understandable. Just kind of dragged the game out a little longer here. He gets his Geobane and his Shrunken. He's definitely feeling much more confident to fight into their team. So I got my Axe of the Malphite here. I'm going to have 2600 HP. I'm really tanky. Once I get the full Behemoth's Heart, I think we're going to have a fight here in a sec. But once I get that full Behemoth's Heart, I'm going to be close to 3000 HP. That's going to be really hard for them to deal with. So Pesty, he's going to get going on here. I believe we get the kill there with the dots. Rally comes in with a slam. I think Scout survives this if I'm not mistaken. I have the barbed armor up so they cannot fight me. And Ravenor, he is here now. I think I actually survived this. Magnus is going to come in. He does stun 2 heroes here. No Shrunken on the Ravenor. He gets disarmed. And now Panda is here. And just having the HP from the Axe of the Malphite, that alone kept me alive. If I didn't send this item to myself, I would have died in this fight. So I survived with 300 HP or maybe less. But I come in, I get a quad kill as my whole team comes in and cleans up. I get the last hits on a lot of those kills again. We just deal so much damage. Look at the hero damage charts. I have dealt 20% hero damage this game alone. This just shows you how powerful Draconis is. I've done so much damage. I'm 15-3 now. I had that minor setback in that early game stage where I died 3 straight times. But now I am on a domination streak. I have 8 straight kills. And I am going to have the full Behemoth's Heart coming to me. I'm going to be over 3000 HP. I'm going to be so scary for the other team to deal with. I have overtaken the XPM. I'm level 22. I'm the highest level in the game. 530 gold per minute. I've passed Ravenor again, and I'm up there with Scout, as he's nearing 500 GPM as well. So I don't know if we necessarily got this Rax, but we're going to, I think, kill the Rally here. He jumps in kind of recklessly, trying to hold the base here. But that Pesty Swarm is so scary. Panda is going to fall there. The tower hit's doing so much damage once he puts the Swarm on all of us. So what is it I need to do now? I got to the point where I have Barbed Armor and Heart, which I told you guys that I want to become this tanky presence for the Scout. I want to be frontlining. What is it I need to build now moving forward? So you might say, well, Wig, there's so many stuns. There's a Ravenor, there's a Pesty, a Rally. I need a Shrunken Head. And you know what? Generally, you wouldn't be wrong. A Shrunken Head would definitely be good for this game. But I'm not going to go for the Shrunken Head this game. I am going to purely try to bulk myself up, not only with HP, having the Behemoth's Heart, but now I want to go for a Demonic Breastplate. And the main reason for that is I don't feel like I need to counter Ravenor specifically. Now that I have the Barbed Armor, I can do that just fine. I want to counter the overall damage output coming from the Hellborn side, which is physical damage. Outside of Ravenor, I'm getting Pesty minus armor on me. There's the Rally Slam. There's the Demented Shaman Stormcloud. They have so much minus armor that I want to build into a demonic breastplate this game. I want to bulk up not only my armor but my team's armor, because we're dealing with this swarm, which he has the staff. It's putting the swarm in AoE on our team. I want to have that demonic breastplate. That is going to be my next item, and that's going to be a great way for my team to survive these team fights longer. So I'm going to rewind a frame here. We are on the retreat. We have the pesty bugs on us, so they see us. They want to chase us, and we know that. We have this word of sight down. So we see Midas jump in here on the Magmus, and we're saying, hey, can we turn? He's out of position. The rest of their team is very far away, and we see that. So we're going to jump in here on the Midas, and we're going to kill him very quickly. And we're going to try to escape now that we know Pesty and the rest of the team is on their way over. So we get the one kill there, and we're able to escape. So now we have 1,300 gold in the bank. At the moment, we're trying to farm toward buyback, but what our main goal here is going to be working towards that demonic breastplate moving forward here. Once we get that demonic breastplate, we are going to be so incredibly tanky for the Hellborn side to deal with. So here they jump in the base. Ravenor goes for a kill onto Monarch. Now Ravenor is all by himself. We're going to try to go for him here, but I think we decide to fall back and not chase. So we're going to be okay with losing Monarch. We're just going to defend there and hold the creep wave off. So I'm farming under a ward of sight here. This is a little bit dangerous now. We don't know that, but they are in the area. They're going to try to jump me. Ravenor misses his stun. Magmus comes in with a 2-man Lava Surge. And I think I'm going to end up having to leave him. We don't get any team support. The rest of the team is in the top lane. And Monarch is dead. So as strong as I am, I cannot fight their whole team by myself. I do need to wait for my team. And I think I had a buyback, but I didn't want to risk dying. So we'll just fall back there. So if they do decide to push this ranged Drax, we could either give it up or try to defend it. Well, Magnus is dead for 29 more seconds. And we have the team coming back here to defend. Rally's going to jump in and miss his stun here. Scout has his shrunken head on. We're going to get the one kill here, I believe, on the Rally. He does get healed up initially. But I'm going to jump into the back line. Go for the Pesty here. The marksman shot comes out. I think I get the kill here on the Pesty with the dots. No, he's going to survive. So we're not able to get any kills here. We lose our range tracks. But Scout does get the kill onto both Midas and Demented Shaman with Panda. So I was able to keep Pesty out of the fight. Now we see Ravenor farming in here, but that's okay. We have 3 players dead. We definitely want to make some pressure here. We'll speed this up a little bit. I'm going to push out the bottom lane, which they have the stronger creeps in. My hero is good for doing that. And it looks like, I think we don't actually force any pressure here. We're going to rotate over to Kongor, as they're just respawning now. So we're going to do our Kongor. And they don't have any vision of this, so we pushed out all the lanes. We're going to work on the Kongor here. This should be a pretty easy Kongor kill. They are not able to contest that. And we're going to take movement speed on Draconis. We want to be kind of faster. We don't really necessarily need damage or stats. We're already tanky enough. We already deal a lot of damage. Having the extra 12 movement speed is going to be very good for us, because we are very slow when we're just moving around, but we're fast when we're able to fly around in the team fight. So up in the top lane, we take out the tower, and we're able to do that because they're doing their Kongor. We have an idea that they're doing that because they're not showing on the map. So here in the mid lane, they're going to jump Panda. He gets his shrunken head off. I'm going to use my Volcano and jump into the middle of the fight. The Rally dies in the background, and Panda's going to lock down Ravenor, and I'm going to kill the Ravenor with the Panda. So we already took out a lot of their key heroes. And now we're going to try to force the buybacks here. Ravenor buys back right away. Now he doesn't have a Shrunken, so we're not necessarily super afraid here. They are still dead on one guy. But we're going to fall back here. Midas gets a nice transmute. Magnus counters with a stun. Ravenor, again, he doesn't have a Shrunken head here, so he is very weak. I'm going to get my barbed armor off. I'm going to tank a good amount of damage here, so I'm going to return some pressure. I'm going to get the one kill onto Midas and Ravenor. All of them are going to be low. I'm going to pick up a hat trick, quad kill. They buy back on the Midas here. And once he uses his warp, he is going to fall here. So I get the annihilation. And Pesty, I think he also bought back as well. They use so many buybacks in this fight. And Scout, he comes in and he takes my kill. Hello, YouTube. Yep, he's not wrong. You're going to be on YouTube. But I got an annihilation. I show you guys how powerful the Draconis is when we're able to tank up that damage. And I did get the annihilation, so it's okay that Scout took the 6th kill. I'm not going to be too sad about that. But now we're in a 20,000 gold and 30,000 experience lead. And we definitely turned this game around. I am almost 600 GPM. I'm 20-3 currently. I think my team was even voting CCs at one point, but there was no way we were by all means out of the game. So we stuck to it. I got a full demonic breastplate following that annihilation. I believe I have gold for a buyback here, or I have close to enough gold for a buyback. So now that I have the demonic breastplate, I have 26 armor. That's with it being on the negative mode. We're able to push a lot faster. You can see how the tower is taking chunks. I deal 250 damage every auto attack. So the demonic with the heart deals so much damage here. We're gonna have another fight here. I get slammed, but again, I'm really tanky. I get the barbed armor up. They cannot fight me right now. I'm able to auto attack freely. Gonna get the one kill there onto Rally, and they have to keep running from my DOT. I get the Immortal there as I kill the Midas, so I do complete the game off with an Immortal. I get 22 kills here, and I don't know if we get any more kills. Ravenor, I think he goes down. Magnus gets that one, and I think that's gonna do it here. We kill everybody except for Demented Shaman, and I think they end up conceding, or maybe we just kill the Shrine. But that will do it there. So I finish on a 22, 3, and 22 stat line. So you guys can see, you know, in the early parts of the video, or replay rather, we had a really good rotation. We were really high level. We set up ganks in mid lane. We focused most of our attention on the mid lane as we had the Magnus roaming in the early game for our bottom lane. We did not need to put any pressure on bottom lane. Got our farm, set up ganks in mid lane, had a good start. Then unfortunately we ran into some issues where the Ravenor got really farmed. We ended up dying a couple of times. We got a little bit discouraged, but we still knew that we had a very strong team composition. We were much stronger if we were able to drag the game out and make it to the late game stages, which, well, this game went past 40 minutes, as you can see on the replay timer here. This game did get dragged out. Me and the Scout got very farmed. I got really tanky. And we made that conscious decision to go for the barbed into the heart to be able to go in first, tank for our Scout, let the Ravenor kind of be afraid to focus us. We were still dealing tons of damage with the Dawnbringer. So, showed you guys how to rotate around the map, where to put our focus on depending on our team composition. So if we didn't have a roaming Magnus this game, if we had a suicide or offlaner that contests the top lane, then I would have put more pressure on the bottom lane instead of focusing so much on mid lane. But again, we were able to focus most of our attention on mid lane, keep the pestilences farmed down. That was our main goal this game, and we transitioned into a really farmed carry this game. So overall, we had a really, really good game. We got an annihilation, an immortal. Not too much more you can really ask from a single game here. So this one was a really good one to show you guys. I had a lot of fun playing that game too. So that's gonna do it here for the part 2 educational. I just want to say thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the part 2 Draconis Jungle educational, and as always, I hope to see you all in the next one.